out of all of the abstractions of analytic philosophy, this has got to be the one that really bugs me the most, the whole free will versus determinism debate. I mean, what the hell does determinism have to do with free will? Could somebody please explain that? It's like, you've got Inmendum over here talking about how the world, the laws of physics tell us that there's determinism, so that means that we could never have free will. What? How on earth could you have free will without determinism? You need, cause and effect to be in play in the world. I mean, you've got Pyro, on the other hand, arguing that, quantum physics tells us that there's randomness in the world. And because there's randomness, that means, free will is in. I mean, randomness. How does that help anybody? What? How is that free will? You make a choice. Let's say, okay, I'm going to choose between vanilla and chocolate ice cream. And I really like chocolate, so I choose chocolate. And then, boom, by some kind of quantum fluctuation, by some random fluke, I accidentally end up choosing vanilla. That's not free will. Randomness doesn't give you free will. I don't want some kind of free will that is just random chance. That doesn't sound like any kind of control to me. It sounds to me like you're going to need determinism. You're going to need something to grab onto. You're going to need some kind of chain of cause and effect going on in your brain between, the things that you want and the things that you like and what's going on around you. You're going to need cause and effect to be in play. You're going to need determinism. So somebody please tell me how determinism is any kind of hindrance to free will. And all you hard determinists, could you tell me how you're living out this lack of belief or free will in your life? Like, I mean, what, are you just not making decisions? Are you saying, well, I'm not going to decide, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I'm a hard determinist. When you go to a restaurant and the waiter comes around and says, have you decided what you're going to order yet? Do you say, oh, well, I'm a hard determinist? I mean, what? How is it possible not to believe in free will? It's like the people who deny consciousness or who deny that existence exists. It's there. You have to play along with it. You haven't got a choice. And that's the irony of it all to me. I mean, the one thing that you're not free to do is disbelieve in free will. Okay, on a more coherent note, Inmendum and anybody else who is a hard determinist, could you please say, what is this free will that you think can't exist in our universe? What is it that we're missing out on, and why would anybody want that? And Pyro or anybody else who think that quantum physics or indeterminism can give us free will, please explain how randomness gives us any kind of control or any kind of freedom, except for just adding the roll of a dice to a deterministic world.